In this video, I'm going to show you how MACg summarizes a clinical trial, which is one of the most common uses of MACg by our subscribers, and it forms the basis for developing more complex content. So I'll go to my reference library and select an article. And in this example, I'll be using our prebuilt prompt, which is commonly used on the platform. And this is the clinical trial article summary prompt. Now I will add some additional instructions to this prompt, such as add a flow diagram of how patients progressed through the study, including the numbers at each time point. Also add a table of major and minor side effects and the differences between groups. All right, let's see how MACg executes the instructions that it has been given. Now, you can see here that MACg is thinking, it's analyzing the instructions that it was given, as well as analyzing the entire article as well, to pick the appropriate information to add to the summary. If at any time I want to stop the activity, I can simply push this stop button right here, and that will stop the generation. So also, it's good to note that creating tables and charts take a little bit more time, and that also applies to images as well. But now we're beginning to get our output. All right, so it included a table of major and minor side effects with percentages. Now, the flow diagram, it did not draw what I wanted it to draw in the flow diagram. Notice that our summary has key takeaways, which is in the prompt. Also notice that the summary includes confidence intervals and p-values as well. Now, you can also ask MACg to update any of these sections to add more details, and you can tell it specifically what you want it to add. So now it did not add my flow diagram, but I wanted to do this, so I can go back and say, draw the flow diagram and include it in the summary. So now I have my flow diagram, and I also have my table as well. So now what you will notice is that when I first generated this, it gave me the reference. And this is very important because this reference will be sent to the citation generator so that we can create a complete reference in our document. So I will click Create Document to send this output to the editor, and from here I can manipulate it in different ways. So I did not like what it gave me here in this first instance, so I can simply delete this. and remove it. So I have my table, but wait a minute, I do not have my flow diagram. So I can go back to my conversation that has the flow diagram, and I can add it to the document as well. So now I have all the content that I want in my summary, and I can begin to move things around. So this is a duplicate, so I can delete it. I can delete all of that. And I can delete that as well. Good. So now I have my flow diagram. Now I want to reposition this because I want it to come before my table. In fact, I want all of this to come before my conclusion. So I can simply rearrange that, and I can also move my table as well. And there we go. Now we have something that looks more like what I would want in my summary. Now, if you wanted to add more content to this, or you want to continue engaging MACg to help you shape this content, your original conversation is here, and you can continue with additional prompts. And you can simply just add them to your document and move things around as you see fit. So one more thing to show you is the citation generator, and this is one of the really cool features of MACg. So as you can see, my citation is already captured in here as well. And if you look in the document, my citation numbers in the AMA format, I also included in the document. Now, if we had multiple documents, all the citations will be here as well. Another cool feature is I can edit the citation if I wanted to, or I can delete it, or I can add another citation if I wanted to. And to create my bibliography into the document, all I have to do is say insert bibliography. And if you look in my document, you will now see that the citation is now properly referenced in AMA format. So here's a simple example, or this is a simple example of how you can summarize articles. Now, you may not always want this length of detail in your summary, and of course you can instruct MACg to do that as well. So now it's your turn. Go log on to MACg, subscribe, use the free trial, and play around with it.